A particle moves along a straight line OX. At a time t in seconds, the distance of the particle from O is given by x is equal to 40 plus 12t minus t cube. How long would the particle travel before coming to rest? Okay, it's a very good question. I would say this is a typical application of integration and differentiation again. So let's start solving this. Okay, so what is given? Given that x is equal to, right, 40 plus 12t minus t cube. So what I've been asked to find out, we have been asked to find out how long would the particle travel before coming to rest. So it goes like this. When the body is at rest, or let us say when the body comes to rest, what can we say? We can say that velocity would be equal to 0, right? So the velocity would be equal to 0. Now how will the velocity be equal to 0? Because we know that when the rate of change of displacement is equal to 0, velocity is equal to 0, which otherwise means that d by dt of 40 plus 12t minus t cube is equal to 0, right? So what will this be equal to? This will be equal to 12 minus 3t square is equal to 0, which means 12 is equal to 3t square, which implies t square is equal to 4 and t is equal to plus or minus 2, since time is always in the, okay, t is equal to negative 2 doesn't make sense at all, right? So t is equal to 2 is t is equal to 2 seconds is what we need. Now what's important to understand is that the question is not asking you to find out when will the body be at rest. The question is asking how long would the particle travel before coming to rest, which means that we need to find out the distance traveled from 0 to 2 seconds. Now how will we do that? Let's try finding it out. See, what is given in the question? The question says that x is equal to 40 plus 12t minus t cube, right? Now how can we write velocity as? See, velocity is basically dx by dt, right? So what is dx by dt? Dx by dt is 12 minus 3t square. Now what is dx in this, which case dx is equal to 12 minus 3t square times dt. This is again in the variable separable form and thus can be integrated from limit 0 to x will vary from 0 to x, and limit 12 minus 3t square will vary from 0 to the so-called determined time, which is basically 2 seconds, right? Now if we integrate this, what do we get? We get 12 into t varying from 0 to 2 minus 3 times t cube by 3, that will set it separately, varying from 0 to 2. So this will simplify as 12 into 2 minus 0 minus 2 cube minus 0 cube, which is equal to 12 into 2 is 24 minus 2 cube is 8. So 24 minus 8 is 16 meter, and therefore the correct option is option A.